Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another reverse 1999 video. Alright, let's talk about Psychube. A lot of you guys probably are wondering what this is. And on day 5 after the game reset, we're gonna have the first ability to get a Psychube selector. Some of you guys might be still rerolling, so you might not be getting this yet. But on day 5, if you log in every single day, you can see right here. So day 5, you'll be getting this particular item. Alright, this is going to be a carrier wave carrier, and it's going to feature all of these 6-star Psychubes. Now, what is a Psychube? Let's talk about it. So every character in the game will have the ability to equip one Psychube, and this is where you can see you can set up their preference in this particular menu, right? So for example, my Lilia right here, I have this particular Psychube set up right now, the Footloose. So this is a 5-star Psychube. Now obviously 6-star Psychubes is going to be available in the selector, like I mentioned on day 5. Now ideally for that particular Psychube, which is going to be the best one for your characters. Now this thing is practically like a weapon, or it's like a equipment that you can equip on your characters. And for some characters it's going to be very important because it's how you get your stats, right? For example, for Lilia, she needs a lot of crit percentage or crit chance basically, right? You can see right here, if a critical hit is scored, she's able to do extra attack for one of her cards, right? And how do you get that? Psychube is one of the method. Obviously, aside from the resonate, where you can level up some of these things, you can put these blocks into these 5x4 or 5x5 grid things. Yes, this is also one of the few ways for you to be able to obtain some bonus stats. But ideally, Psychube is going to be the better way. As you can see, you will be able to get some of these. Now let's go through the selector and talk about what is the best one to pick from the selector. Now first things first, it's going to depend on who you have as your damage dealer, right? Ideally, Brave New World is going to be a very universal one. As you can see, after the carrier cast an ultimate, incantation might of the next incantation plus 20%. Now if you're not sure of which one you need or which one you should pick, ideally you shouldn't use a selector yet, but I do think that this one is going to be a very flexible one because you can swap this around quite a number of characters actually. Cornblum can definitely use this one. I believe Druvis Tree should be able to use this one as well. And Enli can use this one, Soneto can use this one. Quite a lot of characters can actually use this particular one. And plus, Ultimate Might is going to be a very universal one for a lot of damage dealers, right? Ideally, it improves their ultimate overall. Of course, there are some that are much more specialized. For example, you don't really use this for Lilia and Regulus. There's a better one for them. But universally, this one can be something that's like super flexible. Alright, you can swap this between a lot of damage dealers as well. So the next one in the list, let's talk about this one. This one I thought is pretty interesting, Hopscotch. Now for each enemy target defeated by the carrier, ultimate might plus 4% for the carrier. Stacks up to 4 times, that means you can go up to 16%. Now this one is really good for Centurion because Centurion has a couple of abilities where she benefits from long battles. Now as you can see, this is based on Pride 1. Her Insight 1 literally gives her damage deal plus 6% for every 1 Moxie owned. So that means she will be able to accumulate more damage as time goes by. So the longer the battle lasts, she will be able to achieve more damage overall as well. Now definitely if you have a Centurion, this is going to be a very good one. Alongside with that, Charlie and Eternity is going to be able to benefit from this one as well. Apparently this is going to be their best in slot Psychube for the time being, until we get a stronger one or a different one later on. But yeah, if you have either Centurion, Charlie or Eternity, Hopscotch might be the best one for you. Now next up, let's talk about this particular one. Her second life after the carrier casts the Mass Ultimate, HP plus the carrier's attack times 32% for all allies. Now this is going to basically heal you, right? So I don't really recommend this one as much. Since you are picking this from the selector, you ideally want to pick something for your damage dealer first, preferably, right? Yes, healer is important, but at least not at this point in the game. So hopefully you avoid picking this one for the time being. Her second life, this might be something that you can get later on, but for the time being, I don't really recommend this one as much. Now the next one is going to be Blasphemer of Night. Now this one is going to be decent. When the carrier attacks, if the target has 2 or more negative status, damage dealt plus 12%. Now that sounds pretty good, right? The damage deal is going to increase if the enemy has 2 debuff status on them. However, it's going to be very team dependent, and therefore you might not be putting this on your main damage dealer. Most likely you'll end up putting this on your debuffer instead, because your debuffer is the one that's going to perform the debuff, right? The negative status most of the time. So I'm not sure if I like this one as much. This might have a lesser priority as well, because right now I can't think of anyone. Maybe Corn Blum can benefit from this. Now the thing is, if you equip this on your debuffer, then only the debuffer will be able to benefit from this, because it only works on the person that has this equipped, sadly, not for the entire team. So that's something to keep in mind as well. With that being said, this one is probably my personal favorite. Alright, Thunderous Applause. When the carrier's one target attack scores a critical hit, critical damage plus 16%. Now if you have either Lilia or Regulus, this is going to be a very good one. Any character that relies on critting heavily and you're trying to get that crit rate, crit damage up, this is going to do a lot for you. Alright, I highly recommend if you have a Regulus or if you have a Lilia, this is going to be the best one. As you can see, the critical rate goes up to 16% as well. Now let me talk a little bit about Lilia as well, right? Now Lilia has an ability right here, literally. If you go all the way up to Insight 3, right? Psychube's basic critical rate bonus plus 100%. So that means your stats right here from this particular critical rate, this is going to increase by 100%. That means this is going to become 32% at max level. At minimum level, it's going to become 20%. So that's a lot of critical rate by default that you obtain from this particular Psychube alone. It's definitely going to help out your Lilia. It's going to help out your Regulus. They will be able to crit more consistently and therefore increasing their output damage overall. Now next one is going to be That Inquisitive Deer. Now this one is going to be a bit weird. Again, another heal type of Psychube. Alright, when the carrier casts a basic incantation debuff, HP plus the carrier's attack. For the odd ally, for the ally with the lowest HP percentage only triggers 1 time per round. I'm not sure I like this as much. It's good for healers for sure. You can see the passive right there. The healing done increased by 12%. So that could be good on some healers that you have. Balloon Party, Medicine Pocket, Sotheby, or even DK. But like I mentioned, you shouldn't be picking the Psychube for any healers for now, unless you already have all the damage dealers settled. This should be the last priority. And then last but not least is going to be this particular one. Alright, so this is going to be his Bounden Duty. Now this one, for each enemy target defeated by the carrier, HP plus the carrier's attack times 60%. Now this one is going to be really good on Voyager, because Voyager relies on her trying to counter the enemy to death. You can sort of run this on her and it's going to work pretty well as well. The synergy is definitely there. Every time she's able to counter the enemy, you will be able to get the HP up and therefore giving you the sustain to be able to counter even more. And definitely if you're running like a counter team, this is going to be a very efficient one, right, overall. But outside of that, I don't see this being a universal one that you can pick and just swap around your characters. That's something to consider, right? With that being said, out of this bunch of Psychube, which one is going to be the best one? Right now, if you have a Regulus or Lilia, this one, it makes a lot of sense, Thunderous Applause. However, this is not going to be universal, sadly. The more universal one is going to be Hopscotch and Brave New World. Now these two, it feels like you can swap them around, alright, on different characters, especially if you are still deciding on your team. I do think that these two are going to be something that most characters will be able to run, right? Soneto will be able to run this efficiently. Same goes for A Knight as well, right? Now just so you guys know, you can also get Psychube from the resources. I'm sure you guys are aware, but if you guys are not aware, the Pneuma analysis right here, you get 2 chances to farm here every single day to get this particular currency, right? What is it called? It's called the Thoughts in Entirety. So this is the currency that you can use to basically buy things from the Psychube shop. As you can see, all of the a lot of these Psychubes, you can basically purchase them right here. Some of these will have 30% discount going on right now as well. The 6 stars are definitely something that you want to think carefully before you purchase. Some of these have permanent limit that you can buy of one, and then there's 30% discount. I think the discount are permanent as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, hopefully that can help you guys decide better on which one is going to be the best one for you. Alright, so it depends on who's your damage dealer. Make sure you guys pick the right one for your account. As always, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like. I'll see you guys very soon. Have a nice day. Goodbye.